This is going to be my mediocre excuse for a video this week. I had to scrap the video that I was going to be filming because this is a house of chaos, and chaos has happened. Strangely, though, none of it involving Lotus this time. He's been good as gold. If anything, I think he's only been well behaved out of pity, but I'll take it. I'll take it. We're not filming in my office today, as we would normally do, for reasons that will become apparent a little later on. So instead, you're going to join me while I make my lunch, because I haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock this morning, and it's now... My watch is out of battery. It's 20 to 4 in the afternoon. I'm a bit peckish. Witness my massive potato. This thing's huge. This is like the size of my head, almost. That is a beefy potato. Where do I start with this week? I can't believe it's only been a week. It's been a week. Wednesday, June 11th is when this chaos started. And honestly, it's not particularly... This is not a funny story. Like... It's not. It's just not. I mean, if you're expecting guffaws and chuckles, you won't be getting them. Wednesday evening, we're both home. All the pets are home. We're doing some housework, getting some laundry done. So we're going around collecting the laundry, bringing it down, putting it in the washing machine that's just over there. Washing machine door is obviously open because that's how the washing goes in. And the cats and dogs are just wandering around, putting their noses in things, being curious, as they tend to do. Right above the washing machine is a countertop, and it's the only one in the entire kitchen that the cats are allowed to get on because it's away from the food prep area. So they spend a lot of time up there. We feed them up there, they sit up there when they just want to rest or just be curious and watch what's going on. And Elizabeth was sat down by the washing machine. I don't know how to describe what she did because I'm not exactly certain of how this all played out. We were right next to her when this happened, but I don't know what thought process went through her head for the series of events that happened to happen. She tried to jump from the floor to the countertop. This is a jump she has made successfully a million times. We've lived in this house 4 years now, four and a half years, never had a problem with it. And I don't know if she changed her mind about jumping at the last minute, or if she hesitated because the washing machine door was open, or if she just fumbled the jump. But she jumped from the floor to the counter, and instead of landing on the counter, she slipped off the edge of it. I'm going to describe the next bit without going into too much detail. It wasn't gory, but it was graphic. And I just don't feel there's any need for me to go into all the details. I had to witness it. Danny had to witness it. It was not fun. I don't want you guys having those same thoughts in your head. But she slipped from the counter and she caught her back leg in the hinge of the washing machine door. This is not something I'd ever considered being a possibility. Obviously, in retrospect, you can see how it would happen, but it's not the sort of thing that would ever cross your mind as being a danger in your home. And if all that had happened is that she just got her leg caught in the hinge of the door and then maybe cried a bit, that would have been fine. We would have been able to get her out really easily. She might have had a bit of bruising, but I highly doubt it would have been anything serious. However, understandably, that's not what happened. The second she got trapped, she started panicking, she started flailing, she started throwing her body weight around, and bearing in mind she's a small cat, she's only about 4 kilograms, and she's also small in frame as well, so the way she was caught, her leg was above her body weight, and so she wasn't able to get herself out because it required lifting her body up and over the door to unhook her leg from the hinge. There were 2 problems with her flailing around. First, it was causing additional damage to that trapped leg, and the second is that it made it incredibly hard for us to get her out of that situation. Like I said, we were right next to her when this happened, so the minute she got trapped, we jumped in to try and get her out. But she's got claws, she's a cat, she's flailing around, she's scared, she's panicked, she's howling. Sorry, I did say I wasn't going to go into too much detail about this. In the end, it took us, I think, a total of 3 attempts to free her from it, and part of that did involve essentially sticking my arm into a paper shredder. It's been just over a week since this happened, and my arm, which was absolutely covered in scratches and cuts, is almost healed up now, which does make me feel a little bit soft. Based on how my injuries looked at the time, you'd think it would take a little bit more than 10 days to heal. I don't know if that means my body's really efficient, or if it was just being very soft at the time. She was trapped and flailing for a little over 40 seconds before we were able to free her. We got her out, we immediately knew the injuries were bad. Rushed her straight to the vet. This did happen quite late in the evening. The vet's was already closed, but they stayed behind just so that they could see her when she came in, because we called ahead and were like, hey, we need you, please. During the initial examination, the vet who saw her didn't seem particularly optimistic about the situation, which worried us quite a lot. We were thinking worst case scenario at that point. They gave her some pain medication, got her stabilised, kept her in their kennels overnight. The next morning, she had her x-rays, which revealed the extent of the injury. So the x-rays revealed that she had not only a dislocation, but that she'd also fractured her bone in 2 places, which had caused a tiny piece of bone at the base of her fibula to come detached. Not ideal. It's a pretty important bone. After seeing her x-rays, the vet was a lot more optimistic about the outcome and said that he wanted to do surgery on her that afternoon. So this is within 18 hours of the incident. I need to rinse the starch off these, then I'll be back. So she has her surgery. The vet calls us afterwards. He's very happy, says the surgery went really, really well. Very optimistic about how things are going to turn out for her. And it was all very good news. I mean, until you get to the money part. She ended up staying in the vet's for another 2 nights, I think. We picked her up on Saturday lunchtime. Now, the surgery itself was not a minor surgery. Obviously, you're putting bones back together. And to do it, they have to use a piece of equipment that is called an external leg fixator, which basically means my cat is 1 step closer to being a cyborg. She has 3 metal pins going into the side of her leg, into the side of the bone, holding on to each piece of bone that needs to be kept together while it refuses itself. The 3 pins are all visible on the outside of her leg. They're going through the bone, through the flesh, and then they come out of the leg. And to hold them in place, there is a vertical metal bar that they're all joined to, and some epoxy as well. So essentially, it's a big metal splint, and it's very... It looks interesting, is all I'll say. I'll show you it. I'll put some footage in and show it to you.
Lizzie.
Ow, I spat boiling water onto my foot. That's what you get for being barefoot in the kitchen. It is 35 degrees, you can't convince me to wear socks. She's doing okay. She she has a lot of energy, and when I say I say she's doing okay, for the situation that she went through, she's doing okay. She is very, very, very unhappy about the fact that she's basically in quarantine. Relocate you for a second while I'm waiting for that to cook. So the situation she's in right now, involving why I can't film in my office. The vet has told us that she cannot do any jumping and she can't take the stairs for 2 months. 2 full months. That is a long time. That's a really long time, especially when you live in a house where there are only 2 rooms that have doors, one of them being the bathroom, which is not in any way a suitable size for a quarantine, and the other one being my office, aka the rodent room. Now the vet did say that when we brought her home, she probably wouldn't even want to jump on things. We probably wouldn't have to worry too much about it the first couple of days. Within an hour of bringing her home, she jumped up on Lotus's enclosure, she jumped up on the empty Syrian enclosure, she tried to jump the safety gate that we installed on the room. All of this with a leg that is broken and dislocated and has wires and pins and things going into it. So when I say she's okay, that's what I mean by she's okay. She's full energy. She's active, she's eating, she's drinking, she's mostly screaming. And I do feel very sorry for her because there's no way of explaining to her why she is being kept away from everyone else in the house, why she can't come downstairs, why she has to be kept in the back room. And because she was jumping up on the hamster enclosures, which we thought she wasn't going to do, we had to remove them from the room. So right now, we have Lotus's enclosure in our bedroom, which is not ideal, because I can't not that I can't film in there, but I don't want to film YouTube videos in my bedroom. It's just not my vibe. Just feels weird, you know? So Lotus is in the bedroom, and the Syrian enclosure, we had literally nowhere we could put it, so we just scooched it out onto our balcony. So that's outside right now, just getting dusty every day. A little bit more dust. That's gonna be fun to clean in 7 weeks, which has also meant that I've had to completely stop work on the inside of that enclosure, which was going to be one of my next videos, because I wanted to bring a Syrian into the home again pretty soon. That is definitely not going to happen for the two reasons. Number one, the Syrian enclosure, I can't do anything with it while it's outside. I can't do the setup for it. But number two, we just had a pretty massive vet bill. Unless I miraculously find €70 stuffed down the back of my sofa cushions, won't be getting a Syrian anytime soon. The hamster doesn't cost €70. Filling up the enclosure with substrate costs €70. Everything else I can figure out for free. You just use waste stuff from around the house, that's easy. But the actual substrate is something that I do have to purchase. And the first time you purchase it, it's a lot. That's my vegetables steamed. Yes, I heard you. Stop. Thank you. So this is what my rodent room currently looks like as Elizabeth's quarantine/hospital room. Very simplistic. She's got some beds, she's got her toys, which she's not yet ready to play with, understandably. She's got a small litter tray so we can keep an eye on her digestive system. She's got food, she's got water, she's got access to the balcony so she gets some fresh air, she can hear the birdsong, and she can participate in her favourite activity, being a nosy neighbour. I took Lotus's camera from his enclosure and put it in Lizzie's room so we can keep an eye on her, which, by the way, also means there won't be any ham cam footage on my Instagram stories for the next coming weeks, in case you wonder where that suddenly disappears to. That's why. The ham cam is now temporarily the Lizzie cam so that we can keep an eye on her in the day. Because like I mentioned earlier, she tried to jump the security gate that we put up for her. Our intention was put the security gate up, then most of the day we can have that door open and she can still see what's going on. Nope, bad idea. She tried to jump it, and then when we stopped her from trying to jump it, she used the cone of shame that she's wearing to ram into it, which then she got the cone kind of partially through and got stuck, so that was great. And when she couldn't do that anymore, she just started pulling at the gate, hooking her paw around it, and just banging it over and over again, trying to get it to open, because I completely forgot, she can open doors. She's very good at opening. She learned to do it when she was a kitten. It's not fun. It's not fun when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and she's decided that it's breakfast time and she comes downstairs to the kitchen cupboards, she grabs them from underneath and starts banging on. We have soft foam pads where these doors meet the cabinets so that they don't make so much of a noise because she likes to bang them. Well, we did that. And then she found another cabinet in the house that we hadn't done it to and started using that one instead. That's a whole other thing. But if you thought Lotus was chaotic, Elizabeth is something else. She's weird. She's so weird. So because the safety gate is not safe with Lizzie, we have to keep the door to that room closed most of the day so that she doesn't get out and do dangerous things. She's supposed to be resting. She's supposed to be still. She's supposed to be relaxed. So we have that door closed, we watch her on the Lizzie cam, and it's mostly just screaming. She lies down, she has a scream, she gets up, she has a scream, she lies down somewhere else, she has another scream. Half the time she's not even screaming, she's just sort of whinging. She's just started up, as I've said that, she's just... it's so hard not being able to explain to her why she has to be in that room, why she can't be with the rest of us. And it's been 1 week, and we are both just so exhausted. Like, we go and spend time with her when we can, but realistically, you can't spend 24 hours a day with her. We've got jobs, we've got housework, we've got cooking, we've got the other animals to take care of. We can't just sit in a room with her 24 hours a day, which is ideally what she would want, because when you go and sit with her, she's pretty chill. So the whole thing is just... frustrating. That's the only word that can describe it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for her, it's frustrating for us. It's frustrating. So anyway, she goes back to the vet for her first checkup on the 25th of June when she gets her cone off, and I think getting the cone off is going to make a big difference because that's really driving her crazy. She hates that thing. And I know that you can get those donut cones instead. I've been wanting to get one for years, but I've just never been able to find one locally to buy. Just thinking, I'm getting so hot, I'm sweating under here. I'm sitting in front of an oven. I'm gonna take a break and come back. Hey. We've got good news. She went back to the vet yesterday for her first checkup since her operation. The vet is extremely happy with how well she's healing. He actually seemed very surprised with how well she's healed and how active she is. Unfortunately, she's still not able to leave this room. She's still not allowed to jump. She's not allowed to take stairs. And her next appointment is in 1 month from now. So she's definitely going to be in this room for at least another month, which you're not going to enjoy that. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry in advance. As soon as someone's in the room with her, no crying, no fussing, nothing. She's just so sad to not have attention 24 hours a day. But at the very least, we know that she's on track for a good healing. Things are looking very positive. We don't have any reason to worry. We just have to try and keep her as calm and entertained as we possibly can for the next month. And then after her next visit, they will decide when they'll be taking out the fixator. You'll also be very happy to know that you don't have to take any more medication. That was a struggle all of its own. Hey, he's a happy girl. The funny thing is, by the time she's healed from this and had the fixator removed, it's going to coincide with her 10th birthday. So your 10th birthday present is going to be freedom. That's not a bad present, is it? Oh, you've fallen over again. The only problem I have now, because she has to continue living in this room for the next month, is I have no idea what I'm going to do for content. My desk is outside, my enclosure that I'm currently working on is outside, Lotus is in the bedroom. I can't come and film in here most of the day because she needs to be sleeping and relaxing as much as possible and not being disturbed. So my content might be a bit different for the next couple of weeks. I'll figure something out. I might just end up doing a bunch of eclectic life vlogs or something. I don't know, just throw a bunch of things together in one video. In the meantime, thank you for watching this video, joining me in unraveling the current chaos in our household. I'm going to be spending the next 20 minutes just fussing this very purry cat. You're very loud. I don't know if the microphone's picking you up, but you are very loud today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you whenever I see you. Bye.